that we normally think that men are born leaders. But I know a man that can be a chicken. And I'm sorry for using that term, but I completely don't trust that, because I think it's very, very limiting for someone to actually think in this day and age men are still born leaders. Right.
Welcome to another exciting, intriguing, and thought-provoking episode of Breaking Edges here with me, Miss Angie Bell, where we bring you all the latest, hottest, and discuss interesting topics. Today's topic for discussion is misconceptions about men or women in women or men-dominated businesses. And I have two amazing guests right here in the studios with us to have that discussion. So if you haven't subscribed yet, kindly do like, comment, share, and let's keep the page interactive. Let's get right into it. Welcome back. It's still Breaking Edges right here with me, Miss Angie Bell. And as you can see, my guests are already seated looking all beautiful and amazing. On my immediate left, we have
Prosper, a video director and a sound engineer.
Okay, sound engineer. As you can.
Hi, my name is Baba. Mostly you can call me Baba Mills. I'm a mental health advocate. I'm also a young person's coach, right? Which means I spill the facts, the things that it would take you 5 years, 10 years to discover. I would uncover it for you in less than a minute.
In just than a minute. So today's topic for discussion: misconceptions on men or women in men or women dominated businesses. Why or what are some of the myths or misconceptions people have about these people? And these guests are already seated to have a discussion. So if you haven't subscribed yet, kindly do subscribe, comment. Let's keep the page interactive, please. I really need your comments, okay? Yes. So let's go to ladies first or guys first.
Ladies first.
You know what? Why are you?
I mean the traditional way, ladies first. So that is fine.
Yeah. So Baba, with men or women in such businesses, let's tackle the men first, because we find ourselves in the world where men are really doing much.
Right.
And we women, it's hard to find a woman doing men-dominated businesses, right? So as a man, what are some of the myths people have about these people? Like, what are some of the myths people have about men who are doing women businesses?
Right. Thank you so much for the opportunity. I think the first thing on my list would be that we normally think that men are born leaders. But I know a man that can be a chicken. And I'm sorry for using that term, but I completely don't trust that. I feel it's upbringing. Yeah. It's his exposure, it's his connection, and his education that would enable one become an alpha or a leader. And so I think it's unfair that people would still, at this day and age, where people are still like the social media, there's internet, there's everything that you need to know to become a leader. Yeah. People still place a limitation on women and say that men are born leaders, and while women are like just supposed to be home
in the kitchen,
career woman, all of that. So it's a complete no for me. I've met men that, like I said, are chickens, and yeah.
It looks like you have a lot to say.
I mean, a lot. She has said a lot, and I mean, there are things I don't agree with her, and I mean, there are some things she said as well that I think, okay, it makes sense.
So, what don't you agree?
I mean, to say men are naturally born leaders. I mean, there's nothing you could do about it. That is nature. That is how we nated from. I mean, we've always been men. Even if, let's say, you give birth to a kid, maybe female, male, and let's say you don't even nurture them on how to play a mother or father role. Naturally, there's that thing in us that makes us leaders, or makes us, I mean, want to be masculine and all those kind of thing on you. So, I mean, naturally, before coming to the point she made about you could learn anybody at all. I mean, you being a woman or a man, you could learn and then probably be a leader. Is allowed. I mean, a lady can be a president.
Of course.
I mean, all those things. There are things that women are limited to. I mean, that one there. There are things that women are limited to. There's a saying, what men can do, women can do better. But there are some things I could do, you can do. You get it. For example,
Things
let's not go too far. Let's hit the gym. I take something like, let's say 30 kg or 40. I ask you to take the same weight, you can't.
Right.
But there are women who can.
Can I?
Yeah,
Can I counter that? Wait, I go
right.
to the gym as well.
Yeah, she
I think
does.
a lot of people know from my social media pages that I go to the gym as well. The reason I can't carry 30 kg is that it's progressive, right? The more you carry, the more your capacity increases.
Exactly.
So if you're a man, you can meet a man who had been at the gym way before. You come and you take like 10 kg and I'm taking weights like 50.
Yeah,
You probably
exactly.
can't do
Really?
it.
Yes.
The fact that you're a man doesn't mean you can't do the same as
A man.
So let me tell you something, right?
Go ahead.
Now, I think it would be very limiting. I'm trying to use an appropriate word so I don't come off as offensive, because I think it's very, very limiting for someone to actually think in this day and age men are still born leaders, right? Because we have everything that makes us as women leaders. You can see right from creation, women were leaders. A woman is the reason we are here. A woman is the reason you are alive. A woman gave birth to you. Listen, in a home, right, the Bible talks about submitting to your husband, not even a man. The Bible says that submit to your husband, not a man. Now, submitting to your husband also means that the man is your head. But the Bible also knows that women can be the leaders. And so you need to submit to your husband in order not to be the leader of the home. But you can be a man that's a chicken, and then you turn to be a leader. Because if you guys are born naturally leaders, why can some homes be dominated by women? Why can a man not serve his purpose in the home? Like, if that is a natural factor, there should be no room for a woman and a man married for a woman to dominate a man in a home. It's never going to be possible, because you guys are supposed to be naturally leaders, and so by default you're supposed to lead your home. Your wife shouldn't tell you, hey, go, don't sleep, don't go to your friends, don't go and play the basketball. You get my point? In this,
it looks like you have a lot to say. Let's hear
I don't want to interrupt what she's saying. I just wanted to finish actually. I mean, there's context to everything.
Yes.
It depends on what you want to say, or how you want to situate the whole thing.
Right.
If you generalize the whole thing and maybe you talk about it from where you're coming from, I mean, I said earlier that there are instances where females are allowed to be leaders.
Right.
All right. Even I said a female can be a president as well.
Of
and
course.
stuff. I mean, but there are instances when you need a man to play a certain role, which is the man role.
Right.
Parenting is not done by only the female.
Of course.
You need a man around to, get things straight. So if a man is not in the role, you find it difficult to have the balance. Bringing up a kid, you wouldn't even end up getting the best out of the kid. So I mean, we men, there are things like me, I believe that we can't get rid of you people out of everything for you to be the second choice. There are instances whereby you could be the first choice as a leader, but most of the things you are not going to be a leader, and that shouldn't be an issue for you guys. I think what the problem is equality. You feel like we all should be 50-50 in leadership. For example, if Nanado is the president, the vice should be a female. Kind of like, just an example.
It's going to change soon. It's going to change soon.
I'm not for that, to be honest. I'm not for that. Let me also bring in something that when you were saying something, I had a very thought-provoking, instance. Now, I'm not going to undermine the strength a man carries, right? Because there are certain things that a man can do, we can do. The reason is that women are born with emotions. Women are born to be sensitive. Women carry human beings. And so we are naturally now. When I saw someone being very sensitive to their child's misbehavior, I'm like, why don't you just slap the child? And I see him being naughty. My first thought is not to hit him. My first thought is there something I can do about this? So you can see that I'm very sensitive to things now. that is how God made us as women. We are sensitive to certain things, okay? And then we are not frail, but we are born to also be fragile in a certain way.
Yeah.
And so why a man comes in, because men are not the ones that carry. You didn't carry the baby in your womb, and so when you're slapping the hell out of him, you don't feel it as much as I do. When I slap him, I feel it in my stomach.
It looks like
I get what you're
saying. Why men can be stronger than women in certain instances, but it still doesn't mean that you are born as a leader while I'm born to be the subordinate. No.
So, like I said, I don't disagree with you entirely. That's why I said there are instances where you would come first, or probably I will come first. When it comes to parenting, it's always you.
Yeah.
That is you. Like you said, you are a mother. So anything, you carry the baby. So I mean, there are things you'll be sensitive to, unlike me. But that is not a big deal in that space. It is something you actually, I mean, innated with. It's your nature. All right. I can't.
Did you say is a woman's nature to take care of the home?
No. Parenting. I mean, love for your child or something.
Does equally have same love?
Yes, we do. But from what she's saying, I'm coming from that angle.
Okay.
I mean, I could call my baby boy, and then, I mean, we could do some plays that would end up. I mean, we could. I mean, get heads. I mean, that kind of play we could do. But when you find out we're doing that, you could get angry.
Yeah,
you could be like,
women are usually attracted to our kids. Yeah.
Yes. I mean, but from our point of view, it's love we are showing in that way. I mean, so.
Yeah, let's not move away. Let's not really move away from the topic. So in this instance where it comes to do with business, men as a man, you find yourself in a woman-dominated business. We have businesses like styling, makeup, we have hairdressing and all that.
Yeah.
Sewing.
What comes in mind first thing when you hear that there's this man on set who is a makeup artist?
The man is a makeup artist. Oh, okay. To me, I don't think there should be such limits. Any gender at all can do any job at all.
Yeah.
So, what I stand for is, if the person is willing to do or go into that kind of business, I mean, if you have that passion and love for it, I don't think this misconception or the gender limitation should play a role. Because I remember there was a time I was coming from, I think Circle, we were going to, I think somewhere, Kaswa.
Yeah.
And then there was no mate in the car. So then they had to, it's time for everybody to pay. And the driver can't come for the money at that time.
Of course.
So there was a lady sitting where the mate used to sit. So meaning the lady has to take the money.
Just take the
and it was kind of like funny to everybody. But I mean, it was normal. To me, it is normal. But it's, the reason why it feels a bit, I mean,
weird, awkward.
Normal is it's rare.
Yeah.
So such limitations to this is a guy kind of work, this is a woman kind of work, is one of the reasons if somebody wants to even venture into a certain business, he or she finds it very difficult to do that. Even if you get the courage to, somebody might stand somewhere and picture you in a setting will be like, this guy, they sell rice, or yeah. But now it's normal. I mean, those days it's weird to see a female doing mates as trotro. Then you go be like, hey,
a female welder,
trotro. But now if you see a female on trotro, I mean, as a mate, it's normal. So I think we are getting used to, I mean, switching
the narrative is changing.
Yes. So I think it's not going to be like this forever.
Yeah,
it's not going to be like this forever. So I think, I know with this, I think most of you agree with me on this, because
well, I do agree with you on that, but Madam Fubibeka, them way makeup they slow. But here's a good thing, the catch. When men do makeup, it's amazing.
Yeah.
When you meet a man that can do a makeup, or bit similar yet to the extent that, like, it's flawless. Right. But like you said, we've kind of grew to have a traditional segmentation for certain businesses that women can do and men can do and cannot. And so it's very hard to sweat away. I remember those times when I was a child, when I see a woman driving, I'm always asking myself, no, but I'm not driving. I mean, it was a limitation, but when I was growing, so I allow growth to enter my head. I allow transition to enter my head. So now these days, when I see anything, for me, the church woman means just but me just I won't do that for you. I don't find a reason why you should not. You should be driving me.
Really? I mean, it wasn't something that they didn't employ.
They didn't employ. Yeah.
There was no mate in the car. Then she has to just.
She had to do it. But why didn't
where I was sitting, it wasn't a perfect angle for me to.
You said I'm born leaders. Be a leader.
Be a leader.
Oh really?
Is also
no,
a sign
that's
of
why I said. I mean, we are not busking when it comes to certain things. With jobs like this, the narrative is. I mean, we are trying to get people to understand it's a norm for a guy to do makeup.
Yeah.
And all those things. But there are certain behaviors if you are doing makeup and you are doing it's a no. Let's say there are guys born feminine a bit.
Feminine, yeah.
I could be a guy doing makeup. Yes, I could be a guy doing makeup, but I'm still gonna be. I'm just be in your be yourself. But I had to start doing this kind of things.
We'll come there, yeah.
I think it's like that's nothing.
So that's where the gay tag come in.
Exactly.
But if a guy, you are being yourself, you present yourself as a man, masculine like that, and you are doing your makeup thing, braiding and all those things. It's a cool thing. You get it. So I think personality too counts.
Personality counts.
Because with the makeup right now, I think most of the guys that venture into such things are a bit feminine. Or could you basically kind of?
Exactly. Why is that? Why do we find such men? I mean, to count the population of men who do makeup who aren't effeminate is like 10%.
Right.
Most of them are just effeminate men. Why do we see people like that?
I think I want to touch on that, right? And I would want to add a little bit of health, mental health. I think it's a matter of belongingness, right? Okay. There are certain men, imagine your boyfriend is doing makeup, you're probably going to slap him. I mean, okay, well, in the first place, I won't even be dating you. I'm not saying I won't date someone that does makeup. But I think it's a matter of belongingness.
Yeah.
In actual sense, people want to feel belonged. When I have a feminine character or characteristics and I'm a man, and I'm doing some jobs like let me say teaching or whatsoever, you'd see some people would be imitating you
even the
and
kids
making fun of how you behave. And I had a teacher like that in the past where I remember I was very smallish, so I'm always like the one to always point out someone's flaws, like, but so in order for them to heal mentally, they find a space they belong, and I think it's totally alright, right? I in the past, when someone is Kojo Besia, we assume it's because that's how they were born. But now, when someone is Kojo Besia, we assume it is like a culture they have adopted because they are swaying away from reality and being ignorant. But we've also forgotten that 10 years ago, if someone was Kojo Besia, it was absolutely normal, right? But now that people who feel that feminine characteristics, they feel not belonging in a society, so they want to find a place that is a safe space for them. They belong. People will not judge them. So to some extent, I understand them, and I'm okay. When I meet you, you're having sorry to say, gay characteristics and all of that, and you don't make up, you're braiding my hair. I love you. I'd respect you. I'd understand your boundaries. But please don't try to sway me or my friends into your. Please just stay off. That's the only boundary I want. But I would respect your boundaries, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. I agree with it at some point. I feel what I'm against is if you're feminine by birth, I mean, you were born like that, so there's nothing you can do about it. Right. But my point is, looking at me, I look nothing of that sort. Then the next time you see me, I'm a makeup artist. Then I'm acting feminine and all those things. I mean, you're gonna be like
influence. Yeah, it's influence. Exactly. Yeah.
So what I'm against is that shouldn't happen. If you want to get into the kind of thing we say women, the jobs that we tag women, that it's for women. As a man, you want to get into that. Just be you. Just be your man features. Don't try to play as a woman or something. So with that, if the person is that, I think it's fine. You could do any job you want to do.
But I
don't mind if I want to get braids and then a guy will give me or do the braids.
Do the braids for
me. Yeah. Just be you. Just be my guy. Yeah. Also.
Just be.
Yeah. Don't come do Don't think if that one their blood go flow.
No, you see, like you said, blood go flow. Like, I mean, why do we see them as such? Some people just have the features. Some people just look like it. But deep down, they have serious girlfriends. Some are even married. What are some? Yeah. How do you deal with how?
But Angie, also, he was saying that he understands it if you were like that.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to see. Now you are masculine, and when you enter, that means there's influence. That means unacceptable.
Like that.
Okay, because everybody doesn't want to go to places where they would be influenced in the negative way.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that being gay is bad, but to a certain extent, God didn't create it that way.
You know.
So why are you people changing the narrative? If you have feminine characteristics as a man, and you're not doing from behind. It's okay. It's acceptable. Do you, be you.
Yeah, just be you.
Be married to the opposite sex. Do what you want to do. I know some people are going to come for me, but I really don't mind. I'm ready for you.
We are ready for you. But I mean, let's move away from them. Just the men's side. The women. As a woman, you are a carpenter. You are into masonry. You are into welding. Why do we have the perception that either they are lesbians or probably they are forced into such businesses?
Okay, so I get it. I'll come back to what you said. But one thing is, if you take a look at this thing, most women, if she is to get into certain space like the carpentry, if you look at her sports, female that play football compared to the foreign girls, when you look at them, I mean, most of our girls are kankwe, excuse me, kankwe. But when you look at girls from abroad or the whites, they look, I mean, they are just women.
It's not all of them who are just women. There are some who still have the traits.
No, I know, but when something is a norm, I intend to see it as, okay, most of them are like that. Most of them are they look just like women. They don't look like men. I mean, there are times that even, I mean, girls from this side went to play, I think, some match abroad, and then they have the FA has to, I think, look at their private parts to just know if they are really females or not. So, I mean, the looks. So barely would you see a lady looking very curvy and sexy doing carpentry. You had to kind of like come out looking masculine a bit.
No, they are so
but barely.
Barely.
I want to.
So that is what I'm like. I use football for instance. It's very hard to see nice looking girls from the side. I mean, sexy and all those things playing football.
I think Baba wants to say something.
I want to first of all, I want to us to work out so that I will throw man to man, so he knows that right? I'm going to I'm still looking.
Okay.
No,
we'll
but right, what I want to say is that let me tell you, when I was growing up and I felt like I was a failure in life, you know, one of the things I wanted to do, car wash.
You know.
Now it didn't have to come with a body. I didn't have to look masculine.
No.
Before I would do that, does it give me money? Yes. Is it something I can do? Yes. Is it something that I wouldn't feel less of myself? Yes. And then I would go in for.
Yeah.
But women, there are certain jobs, of course, it comes with strength. One of the reasons why you see a woman who's more masculine, because some women are born with also, just like men are born with feminine features or characteristics, some women are also born with masculine, like naturally characteristics, right? Like they grow up, you can see this child and you know that Onyina Adroa Bayo or Barry, I don't know, there's a certain name. So in that regard, belongingness comes in again. They can grow up. Ebia Sebio, when you can go school to a certain extent, and so they want to go in for other job opportunities that would still give them money while they feel belong. So they go in for carpentry. But what is wrong with somebody being masculine who's a female doing carpentry? I don't think, and I'm also not saying that the curvy ones can't do it. But sometimes,
have you seen any doing it? The curvy ones?
Oh yeah.
Which?
I
I have a friend who is.
You wanted to. It's different from you did, or no, you. I mean, there are times you could think about when life hits you hard. You made an example that when things got tough, I mean, there was no option. You felt like,
you don't
okay,
know the other things I've done as well. But you also
you
can
talk about them if you feel like it's our field and you feel like you went there or you could do better over there, you could let us know that. Okay, like you said, the washing bay thing. I don't see washing bay to be gender kind of thing.
How many ladies are washing?
Only.
I mean, if I see you at the washing bay, I'm not gonna freak out. I'm not gonna be like, wow.
They use them as secretaries.
You know,
someone can go in as a coward, but then they go there and they use them as secretaries instead. We need to change. Yes.
Okay. You went for car wash and there's a secretariat space for you. I mean,
there's a space because they feel like you are a woman. Why would we employ a woman into our space who is going to be doing car wash instead of secretary, or probably instead of taking okay, this car came today,
I get it. Yeah. But how many females would go to a washing bay for an employment,
now, and they'll
tell you
advance.
Okay,
yes,
I'm coming. They'll give you the options. You could do the washing or be a secretary. Which one are you opting? You.
For me, I'll probably do secretary because
exactly. So
right.
It's not.
But do you realize that it's a matter of preference?
Yeah.
If the person prefers to be a secretary, there are people that are willing and
ready.
But when they go there, their bosses will say, "You're too pretty to do
exactly.
that. Do the secretarial job," and you're doing it. Then there are also some companies that would like, "Wow, this is an amazing opportunity. I can use this as a selling point," because men would come for Baba to wash their cars. Yeah. And it would attract more men, even though the job will probably be like half done.
Yeah,
but it would attract more men.
Yeah.
But for most of the part, we would find the job owner, wanting to keep the women for secretarial jobs.
Yeah.
Sometimes just an act of love, act of like compassion, all of that. So you don't really want to push them to that point where they're washing the cars and all sweaty and dirty and all of that. I'm not saying it's for men only, but for me, I think women who are muscular or well-built, curvy and all of that can do any of these jobs, but it's. And then again to now the social media. Social media has lifted a lot of limitations. In the past, if a woman was not getting jobs to do, they would want to carry a nyama, mikoto nyama with jom. Now when you go to the market, you don't find beautiful girls selling tomatoes. But when I was a kid, my mother sells buffruit. You'd find me selling buffruit with her. And everybody would be like, "Hey, oh baby, don't be for pong buffruit." Because I'm sitting by her.
Yeah.
And even now, when I go to my mom, she still sells. I go and sit by her with all my makeup and all my prettiness. I'm probably going to sit by her because, and people would just be so happy to come and say hi, just to know who is sitting by my mother. At that joint,
Yeah.
But now the social media, people can do other jobs on social media. There are a lot of ways you can work remotely. You can do other businesses on social media. You don't have to go and be a carpenter to fit in. You don't have to go and do car wash to fit in. You can utilize and monetize your phone, your internet, and your data. You get it?
Yeah,
I do.
Yeah, so how do people who are into such businesses, how do they deal with negativity on social media? How should one deal with it? Because they have this perception about them that all of them are gays, all of them are, I don't know, they have a name for them. How should one deal with the negativity out there? Let's go to the guy.
Okay, so me, what I think is, it's going to come. The negativity is definitely going to come. As far as it's not something we are used to, and it's not a norm, you don't expect people to just start loving what you're doing, or accepting you, just because you are doing something a female should be doing or a guy should be doing, and you are doing it. So I think the negative will come. All you have to do is look at the positive. Even Jesus Christ, the good, no matter the good you do, you're still going to get the negative.
Yeah.
So you just have to just focus on you doing what you want to do. As far as you love what you do, that is the end. Whatever anybody says is not what you should be looking at. 10 people did comment on something you did, and out of the 10, let's say 8 says something positive, 2 said something negative, and then you're going to be emotional about what you did to an extent that you're not going to do that particular thing again. No, you should just look at the 8 people as motivation.
Yeah.
And then you're good to go. So I think negative is part of a thing. It's also, I mean, it also part of the whole thing. I mean, need negative and positive to work together to give you light and everything. So, for energy, I mean, the negative comes in. You look at, I mean, there's nothing you're going to do 100%. As far as, even if you become an expert, you still fail in some point in time. So, I mean, there's always room for improvement, like we say. So, every time you just have to keep going, and then I think that's the way to go.
Yeah, Baba, what you have to say?
Dealing with negativity, right? Like I said, I'm a mental health advocate, so these things are very important for me. I've grown up dealing with a lot of negativity. For me, let me use my life as an example, right? Growing up, I think I was one of my mom actually had 2 kids, and I was always looking like the one that's always going to be like, obey. He should make it, right? But life took a different turn, and I was dealing with a lot of negativity from the point of, I didn't actually drop out of school, but I took a pause from school, and then having a child, and looking like I failed my parents, my friends, people that looked up to me, people that expected me. They had their standards for me.
For you.
Right. Not mine, yes. And it felt like I failed theirs. It was a lot of negativity to deal with. Now, I dealt with a lot. Sometimes I feel like I've seen it all. But this is what I do in life. I mean, this is general way I deal with negativity. I hate listening to myself. When I do something, I can listen to it and I start feeling insecure. And I start pointing the flaws. I start pointing the parts where I think, because I'm not familiar, because I'm anyway. Now, what I do when I take that scope of my life, I can come to you. Maybe I look forward, like I look up to you in a certain way. I can come to your page and take a video and look at it from top to down and ask myself, do you see any problems? No. Do you think she doesn't see any problems? She does see them. Do you know? No. I look at Rihanna's videos, I'm like, don't you think she's made some mistakes here and there? When there was a production, maybe she said something, she didn't work well. Did anyone see it? Yes. Do you see it? No. Yes. She see it herself? Yes. How is she dealing with it? Ignoring it. For me, I will, if I'm allowed to use the F word, I will ignore you. Like, I'm very emotional, very, very sensitive. But my only way of dealing with negativity is ignoring it. I won't learn any lesson from your negativity that you're putting on me. People would say learn lessons from the negativity. I'm not learning jack. Nothing. If you're not giving me, like, you're not boosting me, you're not giving me the head start I need. Whatever you say on my page, you put your projects on me. When I pass by you and you think I'm wearing something, I have multiple piercings, and you're like, I'm not taking anything from you. I don't, like, what is that going to make for me? Ignoring you is the only lesson I'm learning. Thinking you don't see the problem, sebi cry. There are some women in you, I will act like you are not even, you are air to me. Yes, and I'll do what I want to do. When I fail, I'll come back. As long as I have breath and I have life and I have strength, I will come back, start all over again. Sometimes it's between me and God. I'm also a Christian, right? And my relationship with God is very strong. Sometimes I feel like me sliding, you know, So I'll just come back and be like, God, I didn't can you say me Ebia, Madam Fu, Akosibi Kayo. But it will be anything. It's life. We go. I will come back stronger. I've tried everything. I've tried a lot of things and I've failed. And I'll come back, try again, go forward, come back, try again. While I'm going, you can't throw stones at every dog that bag at you while you're moving on in life. So I'll come back, try again. I feel, come back, keep ignoring you. And that's the only way for me.
Just to add to what she said, I mean, ignoring is the best and the easiest way to deal with negativity. But what I think also is there's a positive side of it.
That's where we are coming to. So that brings my next question. What's a positive impact these businesses have on
So this is one scenario was I think one time I was on Twitter, and then there was this guy.
X.
I mean, it was Twitter then. I mean, Twitter there, you know, we know X, but I mean, Twitter be the name. So I was on X, and then there was this guy who sells sneakers. So he posted some sneakers, I mean pictures, and then I think Air Force, and then he was selling it, I think somewhere 300 and something cedis. And then boys were, I mean, commenting and asking of prices and stuff. Then Sarkodie came to quote the tweet, say Boga, man, yes sir. Then I mean, people were like, why would Sarkodie do that? Because Sarkodie saying men yes sir, no, meaning they saw Sarkodie tarnishing the guy's image and then the business and the brand and what he's trying to do. But there was a positive side of the whole thing. I and my guys were in the room arguing about the thing. There's a Sarkodie Slack. What Sarkodie doing here? No force. And I was like, come to think of it, you guys, you go fee lay low small more could talk this thing. The guy is nobody. I mean, excuse me to use that. Like, when it comes to, he's not famous in sneaker businesses and all those things. So if Sarkodie comes and tweets at you and replies your post and say, Charlie, this thing you they sell at this price today, so it be Sente or it be Banku, the way we they talk fire stick shut-ups. So if it be Banku, then Sarkodie says that what you have to do is look at the positive side from it. Okay, Sarkodie say it be Banku, but you know use the word Banku. So okay, Sarkodie say don't do that, okay, then this be my next post, we they do one more hashtag, we they do one more. Sarkodie say don't do that. You just look at the positive vibe from that. Then use it as, I mean, fuel.
Right.
Then do more. Right now you used, Sarkodie said something and all of us was thinking it's a negative
it's
vibe.
A negative one.
But then there's positive vibe from inside. So if you take it from that point and they say Sarkodie say we make you not do that, but we go do more by posting more sneakers, tagging Sarkodie himself. You go feel go Sarkodie in house himself, then give him sneaker safe. You get where I'm coming from. That, I mean, so to saying, I mean, always we look at negative, that it's negative, then you have to react to it, dull, or you don't, I mean, negative, I had to stop this thing, you know, they fire, you know, they make sense. And no, sometimes when the person says, sometimes you need to hear more no's to get a yes.
Exactly.
And so no, okay, no, then meaning you are doing something. Just keep going, the yes go come. The guy himself, I don't think he ever thought of say the thing he posted, Sarkodie would even go pop up on Sarkodie's timeline for him to even reply. So that one alone be energy positive. So I mean, always negative would always be there. We can't do away with it. It's part of the whole thing. We need it to keep going. So we shouldn't let that kill the vim in us or the whole, I mean, enthusiasm for whatever we want to do. So I mean, negative is fine. I mean, just make sure it doesn't kill you. Don't get too much attached to it and then kill the fire burning. So I mean, positive, keep working, everything. Negative, positive, we don't need them. Battery book, we hear negative, positive.
You know.
So,
Baba, what you are saying?
Maybe I'm all about realities. You know, the negativity in the world kills more than it does good. And we can't switch. In as much as people would say use the negatives, you make lemonade out of lemons, right? But the truth is, the negativity, Nadia, it will let you stay inside your room and you die with your But like I said, for me, the only positive thing for me with negativity is ignoring it. But in other words, when I see a lot of negativity around me, like you said, maybe if you had contacted Sarkodie to post your sneaker,
he wouldn't
probably have paid.
No, I wasn't saying you should contact him.
No.
She just setting a scenario.
All right.
If he had contacted, he would have probably paid a lot.
All right, I get it.
To even get that visibility. So in this sense, you've gotten a certain visibility. It's up to you to leverage it, right? But we have some people that would, two people that would say, okay, let me just go inside my room and cry and sleep. And then there's me who would say, F it. Okay, I have the visibility. People will probably be coming. There's a lot of traffic on my page now. All right, let me just post all the stress, all the things I want to sell. Shoe made, tone, spray made, tone, like everything I will do something. I just make use of. That's the positivity for me. But it doesn't change the fact that negativity could have killed someone's dream there and there. So for me, I don't really see the positivity I can pick from a lot of negative around me. All I want to say is I'm not picking any positive thing. In this world, be the change.
But
I want to see.
I'm not cutting
the
you.
good
I
things.
just want to ask: are you a type that negative gets to you that much?
Do I look like negative get to me?
Yes.
No,
so
look at me.
as far as you're not gonna, I mean, you're not the type that.
With someone watching out there, someone who is very emotionally attached to things like this. When it comes to businesses,
there's never going to be a time that negative is going to be fun.
Of course,
it's always going to be a bad thing or a bad feeling.
Let me also
so what
say
we are
something.
trying to do here is, I mean, get you to be
tough. But let me tell you something. The
it's
negative actually makes me tough. But you see, for me,
it's not going to be easy though.
I kept saying certain things about me so that when
she's
I say
generalizing the whole
me,
thing.
Yeah.
I'm very sensitive and emotional. I will cry bucket when something. Tell me that, Baba, this your dress, you're shapeless. Like I will cry a bucket. But what I'll do is that when I go to my room and I cry and I do my analysis, along with that one too, my analysis is very like an overthinker. Almost see a friend an overthinker. Yeah, analytical. Hey, okay, my bucket, no. Do you see it? Yes. Do I see it? Yes. My boyfriend likes it. Yeah. Okay, then remove. That's the one I'm picking from. Right? And every time I say this, for me, negativity, like I'm the change the world needs. You are coming to bombard me with all your negativeness, but my body and my brain is telling me that cry on your bed, fake it till you make it. I will get up and act like I didn't see, I didn't hear. You ignore me. Me and you were in talking stage. The next couple months, you decide to cut me off. You pass me, I pass you. But when I come, I'm faking it like I'm okay. So in all of this negativity, I'm always saying this, that for me, I'm going to ignore you. Either good or bad, if there's a point where I can make use of that negativity to elevate me in my career-wise, my business-wise, whatever, I would, of course, leverage that.
Yeah.
But when it doesn't serve that purpose,
I don't think most negativity does. So it's going to be hard. So what you had to do is, I mean, it's not always that with you, like you said, you are going to go inside and cry and all those things. I think there are instances whereby you don't even have to let the thing get to you, like we're bulletproof of it. That is what you had to get. Tough skin for negativity each and every time. It's not going to be easy, like we said. It would never get easy. But you see somebody doing something today and he or she is doing it effortlessly. You think, I mean, the person is superior or something.
No, it's not from somewhere.
Everybody has that emotions, that soft spots, that something hits you and then, I mean, you have to go cry and all those things. But I mean, when you cry, it's okay to cry. I mean, you people even think men do not cry. We do cry. You cry, you bounce back.
You cry for hours or it's just like for a short period and that's all?
I mean, it doesn't matter. As long as you want to cry. I mean...
No, because I want to know.
There's something that, I mean, it's okay to cry. I mean, a man, you could cry the whole day if you want to.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, we do.
Oh.
I mean, there are hard times you need to cry.
Okay.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong about it. Yeah, you have to cry your pains out and everything. I mean, it makes you feel relieved. And then you get going.
Exactly.
Yes. So
that's, I think that's
relief. I mean, for relief.
When you say someone should have a
you,
tough skin, I'm not saying come and cry in front of the camera or in front of the like pity party. No, you having a tough skin. Do you think if Ifeanyi Twumasi doesn't cry?
Of course she does.
Sometimes she comes on screen and we can see that the last couple weeks trend is all over her face. But she's tough. Do I have to come and cry in front of you? No.
I mean,
so we are not saying when you have a tough skin you don't cry. Or when you cry inside you don't have a tough skin. You have it. I have a tough skin. But I'm crying on my bed and I come here all collected, composed.
With this one, it has to do with business. Like you've invested so much, your time, your energy and everything, and someone out there in some ghetto is telling you that, hey, Kojo Besia, who your makeup? Then this is getting to you like
positive money.
Yes, money. Focus on the money. Focus on the.
I mean, people are doing. I mean, people are doing a lot of crazy stuff for money, and then you think just your social media comments would.
Yeah.
I mean, look at it this way. Right now, most of the celebrities are even or public figures are used to replying this kind of comments. If you do X, we go give to you. Then things up. So. Right now, I mean, everybody, Sarkodie, if you move to him and he feels like he has to move to you, he'll come.
He will. It doesn't
anybody.
Care
So, I think if the person, I mean, has to be replied or deserves to be responded to or whatsoever, I mean, give it to the person, then you're free. then you go. But with the best show mood, then you go home, go cry. Whereby that
With
person
bad
you
energy.
forgive him, you forgive to one back. That one slow.
Well, the money then there, no way.
Farmer forget the branding.
You know,
There are times with the branding best one side. Now they are money.
Yeah.
Who I mean, so misbehavior. So it's normal. Say sometimes I mean, if people do certain things and it doesn't sit well with you.
Yeah.
Move to the person and say, my guy, this thing you do, be good. Or sit well with me. So I mean, next time how we go feed one better. Then we they learn from each other.
Yeah.
We are not going to. There are things you don't like. I don't like. Or I mean, we are not all from the same background.
Yeah.
So there are things that you would be okay with. I wouldn't be. That doesn't mean we can't be on the same page.
of course.
We could adjust and understand each other.
Yeah.
So if you have a business, running a business, and then somebody tells you, "Oh, Charlie, I did a post idea," and you're like, "I use the other sneaker guys scenario." Yeah. Forget that guy. Look at what you're trying to build. Social media page. Reach to
The future, you have the dreams.
bigger audience or something, then forget this kind of people. They are always going to be there.
Yeah, they're always gonna be.
And now, if fortunate enough, if you come in, you get a fan base. I mean, now fans go even fight for you. You have they will be replying those kind of people and stuff. So I mean, it's okay to get the negative stuff. Just don't let it kill the vibe, kill the energy and all those
and
things.
the money you've invested.
I mean,
So yeah, this half what time will allow us. But there was this hot segment on this show called the hot seats. So Baba will choose 5 from this. You answers and you choose 5 as well.
I have to choose 5.
Yes. So
Hot
one at a time actually. So ladies
Baba,
first.
ladies first.
No,
Please.
why are you on Baba's neck?
Please, Baba.
No,
Ladies first. No.
Oh.
Let me do
Yeah,
this.
you have
Baba,
to-
please, ladies
You have
first.
to meet me downstairs. Huh?
Please, ladies first.
Pick for me. If you don't have it, good luck. Like I said, we'll meet downstairs.
Oh, Lucky dear.
Okay.
I have to give
My
it to
second
you.
name, Lucky.
No, you
dear.
read it out.
My
Yeah.
glasses.
Am I saying this well?
No, let's read.
Ooh, okay. Alright. Who would be your dream celebrity to date? Michael B. Jordan.
Okay. Hey, why?
Of course, thing a tough one. No?
Hey, what does your question say?
As tough as it is, I still had to read it out. Have you ever snitched on a lover or? I'm finding it difficult to say.
Okay, I mean,
Have you ever switched? Is it snitched or switched?
snitched? You
snitched.
saw it by snitch.
Okay, so
Snitched
Professor
on a loved
Sano. This
is
one
why it be that.
before or a
You-
friend. Snitched. Snitch is the big word to use. I won't say snitch, but I mean there are times that you could
Without you knowing.
like no, you know, but this one there, I know say Kofi then some in girl be there that one side. I know a woman, but I call him and tell him then. I mean that one put those times. I mean coming up, there are things that you do that today you know go do. It's broke code.
Yeah, it's broke
Yeah,
code.
so I mean I wouldn't lie. There are instances whereby you do certain things, but not to an extent that snitch be big word. Snitch there, it might end up even in. I mean, if you snitch, then go gun you down and stuff. That be the street code. If you snitch on a brother man, depending on the zone.
Okay, yeah.
If it be gangster vibe, and you snitch, I mean, your life is on the line.
Yeah,
you get it.
sure.
So there are some things where boys we they do, where I be the girls vibe things some. Yeah, it be normal. That one's right now we create we've created boundaries to it like bro code. There are things that you go see, just ignore forward, then remove.
Okay.
Yeah, so
the way Baba reacted to this thing, yeah. Hey.
I mean she's still having hers.
No,
Oh,
she's
another one.
already picked. Yeah.
Actually, the first one I said Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah.
Really?
Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you didn't hear.
Michael Jordan.
All right,
It's
I
very
had.
cute and my dream. I know my dreams are loud. Allow me. Yeah. So the second one. What killed your feelings for someone? This thing ain't. It's very serious thing.
Talk on.
But my standards are sort of like, I'm not gonna say it's high, but it's very tight. Right? Yeah, maybe high is a little bit big, but my standards are very tight. I want me a family man. What killed my feelings for someone? My mother is calling me, I'll call you back. Really?
Mommy's boy.
Yes. I mean, I want a family guy. But then it's not a catch him so my make for a friend. Then I'll all patches the same. No, listen, you could have just told me that let me call you back. I would understand.
Me mommy.
So your problem
My
is
mother-
me saying
oh
my
yeah,
mother.
mommy's boy to please, the Jinan China call me in.
Period.
Really?
Yes,
No, it
that,
depends.
her
No,
opinion
no,
to
no.
herself. You can't say read yours and let's go forward.
So
please.
I shouldn't talk about. I just want to talk about her.
What?
I mean, I don't agree with. I know.
Hey, why are you
That's
going
her
to
choice.
No,
predict
she
me?
said.
Mommy's boy. Who
I
mommy
mean,
from
mommy's
saying?
boy is broad. I mean, there are instances where. So me then you.
Instances
So we
where
are talking on
people-
phone. Listen. You and I are talking on phone. I've talked to you about my mother several times. You know about my mother. Then my mom is calling. I'm telling
No,
you.
why not?
No,
This one doesn't.
this
This
one,
we are not even dating.
dating. No.
Killing your feelings, like me and you are in a talking stage.
Alright.
We're talking. I probably have butterflies for you. Okay. Yeah. So today I was like on a couple calls. I was so tired. Yeah. My mother is calling me. I'll call you back. You don't know that. You know.
I mean,
Let's
you
go.
then me this one. If you say we go talk, we go talk and chat.
Continue, let's go.
What was your worst date? Oh, date, Charlie. Worst. I've never had a worst date though.
Oh.
Yeah.
So your dates
honestly.
all go well.
Yeah, I'll be very.
You not meet any foodie on your dates before. We order everything on the menu.
No, you no go if you order that thing, self. You no go calm your mind.
Why?
If you see my face now, you go comport. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you go
Okay.
comport. So I haven't actually met anybody like
Okay.
that before. I mean, but I don't mind if you be misbehavior girl, you go feel link up, more go one side and see how the misbehavior they like. You get it. Yeah. So how many questions are we picking though?
5.
Whew.
What are the 2 things you wish to do in a relationship that you haven't done yet? A. I don't think I have anything I want to do in a relationship that I haven't done yet, because I'm very, like I said, my relationship standards are very tight.
So you've done it all.
When I meet you, like, you probably have a long list of. At first, when I was naive, I used to say that, oh, anything goes. And then I got to that point where I said, oh, I walk into the relationship with a plain sheet and we write our story. She said, no, but my trust story, no. I can't signature. Now we are crossing.
Period.
So I think I've done everything. Everything that I want flowers. I'm telling you, hi, I want flowers. When we're going on day, please buy me flowers. Buy me a big bouquet. Top single one.
I wouldn't comment on this. You know, if I comment, you won't allow me. So
I won't allow
because
you.
This matters there. Some of them.
the choices. Life
Some
is
of
full
them.
of choices.
Mm.
Okay, that's all.
What is your greatest fear? Ooh.
So I guess you really like picking this thing.
Greatest fear. Charlie, talking about it makes me feel emotional, but then
You have to. Oh.
it's losing my
Okay, you
parents.
can-
I mean, my mom, my dad. I mean, my siblings.
Oh.
I mean, any loved one or
Don't
something.
live
But
long.
Charlie, the hard one be my mom. Sometimes I just sit down and then I know it's definitely gonna happen. But the thought of even thinking about it, the feeling. I mean, when I talk about it, I get goosebumps.
Goosebumps. No.
It be serious. Yeah.
It's
So
not
I
gonna
mean,
happen soon.
yeah. So that is. I think that's enough.
Okay.
How many more?
I think yeah, 2 more.
I think we've done 3.
Yeah, 3. 2 more.
This thing is getting tough.
Do you put them back or you mix?
No, they're here.
Because I would like
What's
to
your
pick
favorite
another.
childhood memory? I think my favorite childhood memory was so I'm coming from a broken home, right? And I used to remember my mom. I was living with my mom, and my dad was away. So every time it was vacation, and my mother would tell us, "We're going to your dad." It was like my favorite. Like it's imprinted in my head somewhere. I know how we're gonna go, the bus we're gonna take, the feeling of being in the bus, and finally seeing my father. My father is my favorite. By now we are fighting small, but and we banter a lot on a lot of things. But my mother will tell you that about the you know. But the feeling of going to my father, the calipo he would buy me. I know.
You know, right?
Yeah.
Say no to mommy's boy.
It makes you fly. It's like,
What?
okay, I thought you picked 2.
No, 1. she said no to, I mean, mommy's boy, but then
Yes to daddy's girl, of course. I mean, that's normal.
V vibes.
the biggest lie you ever told your ex.
Can no one show?
Lie. Quite. The lie's plenty.
Hey, the
Yeah,
biggest.
but I didn't want to see the biggest, but I'm trying to. What did I say? Funny.
Wait a minute.
Hey.
You can't wait.
The answer is no. That's what I'm saying. Can you donate your kidney for the person you're currently dating? No.
Why? No, that's a choice.
Kidney be too.
Don't do it. I'm sorry.
Okay.
You still die. Minute.
Why are you looking at me? Why? I didn't do anything, oh please. The production that did everything. The production team did everything.
Please, can I pick another one?
No,
Please.
no.
Please.
Baba. See, you know
Baba.
what we made Baba do today, please.
Whew.
Why are you looking at Baba like that?
Hey, then I think it's serious though.
What superstition? What childhood superstition belief were you meant to believe, or were you forced to believe?
Madam Mook.
Let him say it.
I still the fear I'm that I don't want to talk about. Oh, I think when somebody die and then you had to, they are sending the person to the to the burial, and then we were kids, so they said if you point your fingers at the coffin, you had to bite your fingers. So then we bite fingers, because then our school, where I used to school, primary time, the cemetery was just close to them, so
And
we
you
usually
just
see
said-
the cops where we had to funeral they happen. You just go see what is happening. So when you look at it, they say even when you look at it and the thought comes in your mind that they are going to bury the person, or you keep staring, you have to bite your fingers. So we used to bite fingers.
And then where we Mary.
Marry.
So this is our time will allow us on today's episode on misconceptions about men and women in men or women dominated businesses, and we've spoken a lot. I'm sure you've learned a lot as well. Baba, what are your last words to somebody watching me from home or probably in their offices who are into such businesses but they have doubts about the misconception people may have about them?
Well, thank you so much for the opportunity to be here, right, and to share some of our bits and pieces of our mindsets, right. I want to say that everything that we said here is very important, whether good or bad. But my mantra is that be the change that you want to see in the world. If you're a woman and you're doing your business and people are opposing or thinking there's a certain stereotype around your business, be that change. Be the one to say that I can do it regardless. Your thoughts, your mindset you're projecting on me, or your standards you're projecting on me, isn't the reason my business will flourish or fail. So essentially, you just have to be the change. Let nothing that doesn't add value to your business move you.
That's
it.
all. Yeah. What do you have to
Yeah,
say?
I mean, Baba has said it all, and I agree with her. So, I mean, keep going. Anything you're doing, like we said, negative will come in, positive will come in as well. I mean, as much as they all have the effects, whatsoever effects it would have on you, don't let it get to you. And then, I mean, focus on the good work you're doing. And probably it's going to pay off. And then,
No problem. It will pay off.
yeah,
Because
hopefully,
with the
yeah. I
men
mean,
inside
as far as
businesses, they are cashing
I
out.
mean, as far as you're doing what you keep doing, and you don't let anything interrupt, or
Yeah.
then, I mean, it's definitely going to pay off. You're going to see results for
Yeah.
it. So yeah, make everybody keep pushing. You know, one God,
Yeah.
one love.
One love, one God. Keep pushing and don't let anything get to you. Okay? Just focus on the money you are making and let the talkers talk. Okay?
Yeah.
Let them talk because you know what you are in for. You know what you've got. Okay? Yeah, thank you so much for joining on today's episode of Breaking the Gist right here with me, Miss Angie Bell. If you haven't subscribed yet, kindly do subscribe, comment, like, and then share. And then social media platforms, all social media platforms, Breaking the Gist, and YouTube is G Studios, and my guest.
prosper. So my social media handle is Goddy or Goddy Beats on all social media platforms. So yeah.
Yeah, Miss Baba.
Mine is also Baba Mills on TikTok, on Instagram, and Snapchat as well.
Yeah, so kindly go follow for more interactive conversations like this. Thank you for joining and see you next time. Bye.